Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev is not going to be a close fight. Everyone is talking about how Magomed Ankalaev is the boogeyman to beat Alex Pereira with his wrestling, with his grappling. And in this video, I'm going to dispel all that because Poatan Pereira, okay, my Pookie Bear, our GOAT, is and still this weekend, baby. All right, so stick around to hear just why Alex Pereira is going to smoke Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313. I'm Wyatt. This is Fight Society. Before we get into the video, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good YouTube stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content like members-only live streams and you want to support the channel even further, become a channel member via the link in the description of this video or the join button on our channel homepage. Thank you very much. Back to the video. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev is not going to be a close fight. And a lot of people are saying that that's going to happen in the opposite way that I'm saying. There's a ton of people saying that Alex Pereira is going to get completely just wrestled to death by Magomed Ankalaev. What are we talking about here? Magomed Ankalaev is not Islam. He's not Khabib. He's not Khamzat. He is a fucking boring point fighter, okay? You know, he's had some good finishes. The front kick KO, the KO of Johnny Walker was pretty nasty. But I mean, just look back to his last fight with Alexander Rakic. Boxing, some kicks, and fence wrestling. That is not the game plan to beat Alex Pereira. This is not the guy to beat Alex Pereira. I'm 100% convinced of that. Now, obviously, Pereira's my favorite fighter. I'm going to ride with Poatan till the very end. But logically, you cannot look at Magomed Ankalaev and act like he's the guy to beat Alex Pereira, especially at 205 pounds, where his chin is granite, okay? First off, he's not Islam, he's not Khabib, he's not Khamzat. He doesn't have some sort of elite style of wrestling. He can wrestle, but just because he has a shitty haircut, a beard with no mustache, and EV at the end of his last name does not mean that Magomed Ankalaev can wrestle. It's the same thing as Sharaputin Magomedov when he fought Michael Venom Page. He was getting beat in the striking, and a lot of people going into that fight were like, oh yeah, if he starts losing this fight on the feet, he is Dagestani. He can take down MVP and rely on that wrestling. Where was that? It never came. It literally never came. So this is a distinction that needs to get made in regards to Dagestani MMA fighters, okay? There's Dagestani fighters that have wrestling bases, but there's Dagestani fighters, and then there's Team Khabib. And they're two vastly different things. Magomed Ankalaev, Sharaputin Magomedov, and a million other guys have shown us there's a difference between Dagestani fighting, Dagestani wrestling, and Team Khabib, okay? Khabib, Islam, Umar Nurmagomedov, Tagir Ulanbekov, killers in that camp. Bilal Muhammad's trained there before. Usman Nurmagomedov in Bellator. They have multiple PFL champs. They have the 155 champ in PFL as well. That team is not representative of all of Dagestani MMA. Like, this is just something we have to get out of the way off the bat. Now, Khabib and Islam, you know, they're nice with it. And they go, nothing like Dagestan wrestling, brother. Fuck that. It should be there's nothing like Team Khabib's grappling, okay? Because I've seen a whole lot of shitty grappling and gassing out and weak performances from Dagestani fighters, okay? So that's one thing that we have to first talk about is Magomed Ankalaev is not a Team Khabib type of fighter. He likes to strike, he likes to box, he likes to throw inside low kick, he likes to fence wrestle, but you never see Magomed Ankalaev going out there and drowning somebody out in the first round and just totally washing them the way that Islam has done, like he just did against Moicano, the way that Khabib used to just totally drown guys, and the way that Khamzat gets quick finishes. Ankalaev is not one of these like break your will type of fighters. He's just not. He's very skilled. He's very skilled, but he's not a take you into deep water and drown you type of fighter. He's not the guy that he talks like on Twitter, okay? He sits there, he throws 1-2s with some front kicks, and he cage wrestles, okay? This is not Khabib, this is not Islam, this is not Khamzat. This is McDonald's grappling. This is McDonald's, Goodwill, Dollar Tree grappling in terms of Dagestani MMA, like compared to Team Khabib, okay? Now let's look at this matchup. The only thing that Ankalaev is better than Alex Pereira in is grappling. Almost everybody that fights Alex Pereira is a better grappler than him, probably except for Yuri Prohaska and, Jamal Hill. Pereira's gotten lucky with not a lot of heavily grappling guys, but he did deal with it against Jan Blachowicz, who gave him a very hard fight, and he won a split decision against Blachowicz. Blachowicz went 5 rounds against Ankalaev and should have won that fight, in my opinion. Ankalaev went out there and got ate up with calf kicks by Jan Blachowicz. Look at these pictures right here. He was not checking anything. He was very compromised for a large majority of the fight, to the point where once Jan Blachowicz was gassed, he got takedowns and he dominated the 4th and the 5th. I could have seen a draw because that's what happened. It was 3-2 for Blachowicz with a 10-8 for Ankalaev, I think in the 4th or the 5th. I can't remember which one was the 10-8 round. This is a vastly different fight, okay? Alex Pereira, with those leg kicks, he's going to slow down Magomed Ankalaev. He's going to make him much less mobile. Magomed Ankalaev is going to have to rely on the wrestling at some point in this fight. Alex Pereira is very skilled at not taking damage and getting back to his feet once he's down, okay? And even when he gets taken down, like for example, in the first Yuri fight, he got taken down in the last 30 seconds of the first round. He took no damage to where there was no consequences towards the outcome of the fight. He didn't take any damage. He didn't get overly gassed out trying to get back up and failing multiple times. He just survived. And I have a very hard time that Ankalaev is even going to try to wrestle in the first 2 rounds. I think that his ego is going to get the best of him. He says he's going to strike. But as soon as Pereira starts chopping those calf kicks, even if they're in an opposite stance, even if Pereira is in orthodox and Ankalaev is in southpaw, I still think that Pereira is going to be able to get those lead leg on the outside on Ankalaev's right leg calf kicks off, and Ankalaev's just not going to like it. I mean, Ankalaev is not as skilled as people like to think defensively, okay? He lands good shots, he has KO power, but he takes damage, okay? Johnny Walker almost KO'd him with a flying knee until he fucking cheated. And yeah, the Dagestani hatred's shining through today, guys. And Pereira's going to land those calf kicks. And from Ankalaev's fight with Jan Blachowicz, you can see that's a fucking massive problem for Magomed Ankalaev, okay? It's a fucking huge, huge problem that he has issues dealing with. I can assume that he's made some sort of progress towards closing that hole in his game, but we're talking about Alex Pereira striking here. I think that Alex Pereira is going to defend the takedown, and Magomed Ankalaev is going to realize very quickly that he has a much harder fight on his hands than he was expecting. I think Pereira is going to land calf kicks, go to the body with the kicks as well, start to slow down that movement of Ankalaev, who's already relatively immobile. He likes to just stand straight in front of his opponent and throw 1-2s. He does okay head movement. He goes forward and back, but he doesn't have a whole lot of side to side, in and out of the pocket. He just 1-2 from distance, 1-2 from distance. And I think Pereira is going to be bigger than him in the cage, and there's not going to be any reach advantage, and there's not going to be a striking advantage either. And Pereira doesn't lose his cool against pressure from other fighters. Khalil Roundtree was on him in the early rounds. He dealt with that just fine. Blachowicz as well. Sean Strickland was on him early, stuff like that. And I think what's going to happen, body kicks and leg kicks are going to immobilize Magomed Ankalaev. A lot of people are saying, oh, but he's a southpaw. We've seen Alex Pereira fight against southpaws a million times. Israel Adesanya fights out of both stances. Yuri Prohaska fights out of both stances. Jamal Hill, southpaw. Khalil Roundtree, southpaw, but fights out of both stances, mostly southpaw. We see him figure out and make adjustments round to round, minute to minute. And given that he's already fought southpaws, this is not going to be a problem for him. Alex Pereira, calf kicks and body kicks, slow down the movement that Ankalaev already doesn't have that much of. Bang, left hook on the chin, he goes down. Very similar style finish to the Jamal Hill fight where he drops him, puts him on his back with a left hook, and follows up with ground and pound, okay? Ankalaev is fucked, okay? Everybody built him up to be this guy, and Pereira's about to show us again why he's the face of the UFC right now. So my official prediction for UFC 313's main event, Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, is that Alex Pereira is going to win via second round KO after the scenario I just explained. So let me know your thoughts down below. Who wins this weekend at UFC 313? I'm really confident that it's Alex Pereira. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good YouTube stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content, become a channel member through the link below this video or the join button on our channel homepage. If you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, go check out my podcast, What's Up Bro, with Wyatt and Bo, linked below this video. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.